am really excited about this next part in our live event today. We have invited 3 of our enterprise customers to join us for a conversation about the future of communications and to have them share some of their story about how they connect with Bandwidth's cloud with their choice of contact center via Maestro. So please join me in welcoming Adam Smith from Dexcom, Joe DeLuca from Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, and Vipin Kalra from Docusign. Welcome, and thank you so much for making the trip to our Raleigh headquarters today. Each of you are great examples of how I get to keep watching our customers do cool things with Bandwidth. And I'm very excited for you to share your stories today. Joe, we're going to start with you. I know that you oversee communications and contact center for Wyndham. I'd like to understand from you, what has it really been like to navigate the changing landscape over the last couple of years?
So we're a global organization supporting over 9,200 properties across 25 brands in 95 countries. In my role, we completed our migration from our legacy voice infrastructure to the cloud, moving an environment that initially had over 18,000 toll-free numbers across multiple carriers, and we reduced it by 50%. Now, before moving to the cloud, bringing on a new center online could easily take about 3 to 6 months. Now we can do it in a matter of weeks. And now we're just simply an API hook away from doing anything we want to do.
Fantastic. Adam, you're here from Dexcom, which is a leading continuous glucose monitoring system company. I'm really curious about how you support the overall patient experience with your team and your role.
Well, thank you for having me here, Michelle. And calling out to all the bandmates I've worked with, you guys are really rock stars. And this facility showcases it, just amazing. So at Dexcom, we do sell CGM devices in 52 different countries. We have close to 500 phone numbers that we get inbound support calls on. Those are all traversing bring your own carrier trunks between Bandwidth and Genesys Cloud. We take about 500,000 calls per month that are all inbound, and probably a couple 100,000 callbacks and outbound calls per month. And really, we have other channels like email, chat, messaging, social media, but voice still is the predominant way that our customers contact us and want to communicate with us.
Thank you. Vipin, you're here from Docusign, and when people think Docusign, they may not necessarily think communications. So help us understand a little bit about communications' role at Docusign.
Sure. Thank you, Michelle, and I appreciate to be here. Awesome Bandwidth team. Within Docusign, chances are you would have signed your mortgage or job offer letter through Docusign, but there's a lot of things goes behind the scene. The voice is a primary communications channel for us, where we do support you and inbound sales on commercial lines for our commercial customers. And we support everything coming over Bandwidth. We operate over 25 countries, and behind the scenes, we have integration with the Genesys platform.
So earlier, David told us a little bit about your carrier consolidation journey. I think it was 9 carriers. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Spring of 2021, I was looking for consolidating our carrier because obviously we were doing our digital transformation journey, moving over to Genesys, and we reached out to all of our carriers about doing those integrations and migration over Genesys. Everyone was coming with 45 days, 60 days, 3 months lead time. I still recall my first meeting with Nate and Mehmet from your team. 30 minutes meeting, first 15 minutes is, this is what I want, and last 15 minutes were, here's a document, here's your test account, go for it. And in next 45 minutes, my lines were really hot. Integration done with Bandwidth platform, and we're not going back to any of those carriers all over again.
our customers, talk about how great we support them. I appreciate that very much. We often hear too that simplicity is what leads to carrier consolidation and platform integration with partners like Genesys. This is an example of true collaboration with what Maestro has to offer. Adam, your contact center is proof of how Genesys and Bandwidth as a partnership can help deliver exceptional experiences. Tell us a little bit about how Dexcom has improved customer experience for your end users.
Yeah, well, initially going into the decision to go with Bandwidth, reducing costs and consolidating carriers was very important to us. But we really needed a resilient solution for our customers as a medical device that customers use for life and death kind of situations. Resiliency was so important. And the discussion we had around particularly US toll-free resiliency and the network mesh that you have to support that resiliency was so important to us. We've literally had 0 down calls in the US since we migrated to Bandwidth, and that's been close to 2 years now.
Excellent. Resiliency is so important. Joe, I'd love to hear from you on navigating resiliency to the cloud. What has it been like for Wyndham?
So the technology continues to drive customer expectations to new heights. So there's an emotional component at play when someone is searching for something online. If the web page isn't loading, the product information isn't available, or they can't easily update their cart, customer loyalty is going to decline. So the voice channel is no different. Calling in to book a room and getting a fast busy, getting a carrier intercept message or a ring no answer isn't the way to maintain loyalty or develop customer loyalty. So resiliency is absolutely critical, and a partner who can deliver consistently is imperative. So for example, we offer a program to our franchisees called Signature Reservation Services, where we provide a local customer-facing number that guests can use to opt to speak to the property, get additional information, book a reservation via one of our centers. This is a huge labor savings opportunity for the property, and it further drives Wyndham bookings direct. And they can be made elsewhere. If it doesn't work, that's what's going to happen.
It's really important that when your customers call and want to make a reservation, that they get through. And I think that's why we're here, right? So Wyndham uses Five9, and I want to just mention that Bandwidth is a certified integrated network partner with Five9 to power your telephony alongside your chosen CCAS. Joe, do you have any specific stories you'd like to share about how this impacts Wyndham?
I'll say that having a partner that is highly scalable, resilient, and without introducing any unnecessarily operational complexity or overhead that on-prem solutions provide has been pivotal. So we have a deeper level of visibility of the call routing, which puts Wyndham in control, and it's great to have a partner who can easily troubleshoot and resolve an issue before it can really become revenue impacting.
Okay, last question for everyone. Customer experience is definitely near and dear to all of us, whether we're talking about internal customers and uptimes or external customers who really care about the customer experience and how they consume our products. Tell us one story, maybe that really significantly impacted outcomes in terms of your integration with Bandwidth. Vipin, we'll start with you.
Certainly. So what Bandwidth has done is given the power of control of my voice infrastructure in my hand. No more calling to my carrier and figuring out who owns the number. By doing that, I can assure 10% or less time to detect for any issues to my business stakeholders, which is extremely powerful because every minute loss of productivity is a loss of dollar revenue for us and a CSAT score. And that's really thankful for Bandwidth having that partnership and building up such an innovative product and putting that power in our hands to make our life successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Joe.
And so I would definitely say that the amount of time that we have spent on outage calls has significantly decreased, and it's allowed us more time to focus on driving customer value, increasing direct contribution, and developing loyalty. Excellent.
Adam.
So, I mean, in terms of customer experience, obviously the metric I mentioned before, 0 downtime, is just so amazing to us. But we are looking forward to an opportunity coming soon to really focus on meeting the customer where they live, and that's in the app that they use that communicates with the sensor, with the device. We are hoping to leverage the bandwidth APIs and WebRTC to allow customers to contact us directly through the app without having to leave the app, go to their phone, and really move away from where they're at right when they're having the issue. So we're really looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be game-changing for our customers.
Excellent. Thank you all for joining us today. Please give our panel a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. We look forward to seeing each of these partnerships flourish, and as bandwidth serves enterprises like these guys, we understand how critical it is to have strong relationships with the platforms they work with. I mentioned that Wyndham is integrated with Five9. Dexcom and Docusign have chosen to integrate with Genesys. Like Devesh said, we don't have favorites. As you can see, you have the freedom to choose, and we'll meet you where you are. When talking about partnership and integration between our two platforms, we do have some information from Genesys. So Genesys shared, partners like Bandwidth are an essential part of the Genesys Cloud platform ecosystem. Our platform allows flexible telephony connection options, making it possible for Bandwidth customers to easily bring bandwidth directly to their Genesys Cloud deployment via a deep integration. They go on to say, through our collaboration, joint customers can benefit from best-in-class AI-powered customer and employee experiences delivered from Genesys on Bandwidth's high-quality network. Thank you, Genesys.